DC Intel. Stay ahead with real-time breaking news and intelligence updates from around the nation. Your trusted source for reliable and insightful information.
You are listening to the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to DC Intel, your go-to source for breaking news and intelligence updates from around the nation. Stay informed with the latest developments, insightful analyses, and comprehensive coverage of key events. Follow us to never miss an important story and join the conversation on what's happening in our country. Together, let's stay ahead of the news.
We would like to invite you to become a DC Guardian. A Guardian is someone who supports us with a gift of $10 a month. And you will also receive a beautiful DC decal so you can post your support. And also you will get email updates for Guardians only, plus special discounts on products and functions and conferences to come. Please click on the donate button on our eiobn.com website to support. Once again, on behalf of the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network, thank you.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing. And always have the courage to be yourself.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
But from today and from the day I take the oath of office, we will rapidly drive prices down and make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again. So as much as you can, do something that you love, work hard, and never, ever give up, and you're going to be tremendously successful. Tremendously successful. Thank you. God bless our military. God bless the memory of the fallen. God bless our Gold Star families. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
You are listening to your source for trusted intel and news. You're listening to Live with DC.
Hey there, it's your favorite president. You need to be listening to my friend DC. He's a trusted source and won't lead you astray.
Thank you for listening to You Host DC, your trusted source for intel and news.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, everybody. Happy Thursday. That's what it is. Took me a second there to think about it. Happy Thursday to everybody. We did get a late start today. Sorry about that. We try not to do that often, but it happens. So, welcome everybody here today, and we'll get started here and get some good stuff going here. So let's look and see who who joined us today. We got pulled up here. Kansas in the house. Rosebud, absolutely. Wisconsin in the house as well. Awesome. Love some of that cheese. Good afternoon, DC, from Amy in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Hello to you. Good morning from Sponoke, Washington. Good morning to you. Well, good afternoon to Ringgold, Georgia in the house. Missouri. All right, Bill, we trying, man. We trying. Good afternoon from Carol from Buford, Georgia. Jeep Girl here from Dallas, Georgia. Good afternoon, DC. I'm looking forward to the show. Absolutely. Butler, Georgia in here. Hello from Kentucky. Hope all is well. Yep. Vicky from Louisville, Georgia. Hello, DC and all Patriots listening from my desk in West Point, Mississippi. All right. Good deal. Texas here. Hello, DC. Thank you from North Carolina, from Ukraine. Man, oh man. Whew, what a trip. Southwest Missouri says it's time to shut down the political dog and the pony show. I agree 100%. Hello, DC, back again from Hattiesburg. All right. Chicagoland in the house. Baton Rouge in the house. Awesome. Been there several times. Let's see here. Rumble not working. Okay, what's not working here? I'll keep going until someone tells me if it's not working anymore. Hello from Virginia, Suffolk, Virginia. DC, are you going to watch the debate tonight? We'll see. We'll see. I'm planning on doing a show tonight. We're going to see how that happens here. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Good afternoon, brother, listening from New Bern, North Carolina. Hendersonville back in Tennessee, back in for more. Awesome. Hello, DC from Walton, Kentucky. Good afternoon, Patty. McDonough, Georgia. Winston-Salem. Kansas again. Awesome. North Carolina watching Lexington, Kentucky here. Just come through there the other day. Hello from Middle Tennessee. RC and EC here in North Carolina. Awesome. Herd fan again, listening from Huntington, West Virginia. Awesome. Rainsville, Alabama here again, currently watching from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Brad Barton's neck of the woods. Absolutely. Give him a shout out. Clearmont, Florida. Rumble good here. Awesome. Can you see my text? Yes. Rumble working here. Okay, I think we're working. Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Yukon, Oklahoma. Okay. In the house. Rumble working great. I can hardly. East Tennessee. All right. So everybody's saying Rumble's fine. So I'm just going on. I normally try to test it prior to going on, and it was working when I did that. So I don't know. Maybe a glitch in the internet. Who knows? Lots of good stuff going on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry I'm late. I had a doctor's appointment, and it went longer than what I thought. And had a lot of blood work done, all that good stuff. You know how that works, right? Don't forget to like and share. Absolutely. EIOBN.com is our website. You can go there, and plenty of links in there. There's merchandise in there you can pick up. There's also all of our social media links are in there. If you ever say you can't find me on YouTube or Rumble or any of that stuff, you go to the website, you're going to find everything there. Everything's there. Also, there's a place to donate. Any donations that you make, we're grateful for. It helps us maintain electricity, water, rent, and also equipment that you see and hear. We are currently updating a lot of equipment and software. It's just taking a little bit to do it. But anyway, lots of stuff going on in the country. Hello, Enforcer. Good to see you. A lot of things going on. So many things going on. I'm still working on tonight's show, what we're going to do on that. I have a lot of stuff. I'm debating on doing coming on maybe earlier tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to work on this, guys. I would rather have it in line than just throw stuff out there and then have to go back and correct stuff later. So hopefully you understand. So just pay attention to the Facebook page today, and it'll give you more direction on kind of what I'm going to do, because I'm still trying to work on a lot of things and make sure a lot of things are verified and, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure your information you're getting is correct. Imagine that getting information that's correct, and someone wanting to make sure that it's correct. But lots of things going on in the news, lots of things going on in the world. Does anybody have any birthdays? If you have any birthdays, throw your birthday in there and we'll holler at you. Everybody can tell you happy birthday. So, like I said, so much going on. There has been, the news has been just crazy on all their stuff. I want to play you something real quick here. This happened, this was the other day, but this is actually, and some of you may have already heard this, but this actually was a trans activist, trying to shame, trying to shame somebody. Charlie is his name, when he's talking about this. And this is the mindset of America, okay? This is the mindset of America. The mindset has been, for so long, we've worked off of, we're offended. We're just so offended. We're offended. And because we're offended, the automatic thing is, well, you just hate us, or you're prejudiced, or you're a racist because you disagree. Boom. Okay. Good to see you. Just because you disagree with someone, okay, doesn't mean that you're a racist. Just like saying MAGA, Make America Great, does not mean you're only Trump, okay? Just so happens that the dude just want to come out with it, but that doesn't mean Trump. It means Make America Great Again. And if I say I don't agree with your choice of car, that does not mean I hate you. Doesn't mean I hate the car. Doesn't mean that I am a racist towards you or whatever. You cannot read into other things. And that's what this generation has done. And this girl is owned. If I can pull it up here, get it to work here.
On Twitter or whatever, because you dead named somebody. You seem kind of proud about, not proud, but it just wasn't, seemed wrong to you that.
Let me stop. Dead name means someone says they're he, them, they, their, all that stuff. And you still acknowledge them as either a he or a she. Okay. Because it's either a girl or a boy. And when they say dead name, because this girl keeps throwing that out there, that's what that means. It means that you choose to ignore what they want to be said. You just call them a male or a female. Even if they say they're a cat, well, you're still a girl or a boy. Here we go.
You were dead naming somebody. I get it. If it was a mistake, that's fine.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't? Okay. Well, okay. Then you're proud of it. That does not make it right. I think as generations go on, we become more accepting to things. And I think that even if you don't like somebody, it's not a good idea to normalize dead naming.
Yeah, so can you explain to our audience what is dead naming? You probably know it better than I do.
Is when somebody transitions and they choose a new name conforming to their gender. So if their name was Lisa before and they changed it to Jack, if you called them Lisa before that, or Lisa after they transitioned, that is dead naming.
What's wrong with that?
I think it's very wrong because I have a lot of trans friends, and if they were dead named, it would be, shattering to them because it's something that is so personal to them.
So in other words, I'm going to take on my friends' offenses, okay, and make them an issue. I'm not going to let my friends they may not even have an issue with it, but since I am offended over the way people are saying, then I'm going to take on my friend's offense and I'm going to act upon that.
What?
Shattering?
Yes. It's who they are now. People don't transition just for the hell of it, It's a very personal thing to them. They don't do it to appeal to the other gender or whatnot.
Yeah, but let's think about it. Isn't it part of their biography? Can you really erase history and act as if that wasn't your name for a while? For example, it was another name than Rachel Levine.
Well, why do names matter so much? It's what you want to be called. It's just a title for you.
But it's part of your biography, right? It's a fact that a man who now thinks he's a woman had a family, got married, and then magically decided to no longer be a man. I was talking facts, so your problem would be with telling of a biography?
Well, it's not that it's not as deep as you think it is. It's just somebody, it's them now. And it's just being respectful.
Oh, okay, but it's being respectful by not being able to act as if they were something that they weren't. Isn't their whole identity in being no longer what they were? So it
No,
shouldn't shatter
it's
them.
not their
It should be
entire identity.
empower them.
No.
So then why do they call themselves trans if it's not their whole identity?
Well, people don't go out saying, guess what? I'm trans.
Yeah, they
just
do.
And he had a great point. If they're not going to change their whole identity, why are they saying trans? Okay. Why are they saying that? I could go out and dress up in a Halloween costume and call myself that, but that's not who I am. Okay. Fact over feeling. You better believe it. And this generation that's trying that, like I keep saying, these are the people that's going to lead us in the future. It's kind of scary, but these are the ones that have caused so much ruckus, and we have not only given them power to do this, but we have engaged this. We have engaged with these conversations because everything needs to be sit down and have a conversation. That's what they always say. But we need to, especially Kamala's, we can have a conversation at a later date. Because we know that she just runs and cackles a little bit, smiles, talks through her nose, and whatever else. But anyways.
Kind of exist. That's Twitter. That's Twitter. I can guarantee you.
And TikTok and most campuses and the trans groups and the trans flag and the trans parade and the trans music and the trans stuff. People say they're trans all the time. If the change is not part of their identity, then why do they call themselves trans?
Well, I mean, it's just a title. Everybody, like, our society is more, we want titles for just about everything.
I agree. So I don't accept the title, and I should have a right not to accept it.
Well, everybody has a right to be respected. They haven't done any wrong to you.
No, you don't have a right to be respected. You have a right to speak. You have to earn respect in a decent society.
Boom. And see, this generation doesn't feel that you have to earn respect. It should just be given, and you should respect but when it comes to my wishes and what I want, crap on that. They don't care. They could care less, because we have an offended generation that has not grown up on facts and hasn't been corrected, because we have to be careful with little Billy, because if little Billy is corrected too much, he's liable to turn into a psycho killer. No, little Billy turns into it because he hasn't been corrected. And it's crazy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I want to fully understand what you mean. Like,
yeah. So, for example, I don't respect the Unabomber.
Okay.
That's an extreme example.
Okay.
I don't respect people that perform abortions.
Okay.
I don't respect people that medically mutilate children.
Okay.
And I don't respect someone that is taking Lupron and says they're a man all of a sudden and demands I comply. That's not the way the world works. Respect must be earned.
I think respect is just a give, like, it's a base thing. It's not like I'm going to go into this room and say, I disrespect every single one of you because you don't believe what I believe, or you're not presenting how I want.
A biography should not be eliminated because someone demands respect. For example, I can say that Muhammad Ali used to be called Cassius Clay. It's part of his life. And then he found Islam and he decided to be called something else. And all of a sudden you get this rancor and this uproar that somehow I'm being hateful and no longer worthy of a Twitter platform because I said a fact that Levine had a name and a family and was a man and then claims he's a woman. If all of a sudden history and facts can be erased, we are dangerously approaching a 1984 dystopian world control scenario that I don't think any of us should entertain. Fine.
All right. So, and we don't even need to get to that. And we have DNC was a perfect example of everybody standing on the street demanding that everyone respect them, give them their right to speak. They have that free speech. They have that. But I'm late, got busy. You're not too late, Mustang Gal. We got started late anyway. So, like 10, 15 after. But anyway, so they're DNC. They're demanding everybody respect them, listen to their point. But when you go to give your point, oh no, no, we don't want to hear it because it's wrong. It's wrong because you have disagreed with us, well, whoever us is and whoever they is. When you disagree with them, then you automatically become someone that hates them, doesn't want them, none of that stuff. And it's so one-sided. It's exactly what it's just one-sided. And being one-sided, these are the people, there's always bad apples, okay? There's always bad apples on a tree. And for some reason, bad apples are always the ones that get picked to represent organizations, functions, churches, political powers, all these things. And it's like, why do the bad apples always get picked to be the spokesperson? And if it ain't the bad apple, it's the dumb apple. And we have a bunch of dumb apples speaking up in America. And it's not just here, okay? It's not just here. I pulled it up to give you an example of how people are demanding respect. But when it comes to giving respect, they don't want to do it. They won't do it. Nope, not going to do it because you disagree. So if we disagree on this program, you and me, you the listener, me, and we disagree on something, that does not mean that we hate each other. That means we have different points of view. And if we have different points of view and we both can agree to disagree, it still does not make us enemies. At least it shouldn't. But in the world we live now, it does. And it's getting to the point, these are the people that's wanting to run the White House, wanting to run all these things, be in all these political offices, because if they get in, if you offend them, then they can say you're the threat to society, you're a threat to their democracy, and do away with you. Absolutely. 100%. Do I feel that if they were in charge, they would try something like that? 100%. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because they already blackballed people, fired people, made fun of people, all that when COVID was going around. And you had a few people saying, no, man, do the ivermectin. Yep. Do the hydrochloroquine. If you can get a hold of that, do that. If you can't, do the ivermectin, do the vitamins, all that stuff. And, oh, you're crazy. You're nuts. You're one of those psycho people. You're one of those conspiracy theorists. Absolutely, I am. Absolutely. I will choose my research over the government any day. Any day. I will choose my research over anything that they say is good for me. I had a doctor tell me today, because I had somebody saying, you need to start drinking diet drink. That's what you need to do. And she told me today, she said, you know what, man? You'd be better off to drink Drano than drink that stuff. I'll take my side, but just because I choose to do that during COVID, people wanted to lock you down. You got Tampon Tim that was locking people in nursing homes. That was having an 800 number set aside to where people could call and rat out their neighbors. Really? I can guarantee you these neighbors where I'm at, they wouldn't rat nobody out. And if they did, they would sure be scared to death that they did that. Now, if you want to be a cat, absolutely. Absolutely. Clint, you're exactly right. And I touched on this last week and just like maybe 1% yesterday, but there are schools. I know for a fact one of them, but there are schools all over America that are pushing this to where people can, if they identify as a cat, if they identify as a dog or whatever, that they make things for them to enable that I'm going to say it, psychotic behavior. I mean, here's the thing. If someone wants to identify with a cat or a dog or whatever, be that. We're going to disagree, okay? And I'm really going to disagree when you bring litter boxes into your places. Oh my God. Can you imagine me sitting at your work and some dude come in and go, hey, Barbara, or whatever your name is. How you doing today? Pretty good. What's that? Well, that's my litter box. What? And they sit it in the middle of the room and they have to go to the bathroom. And you walk in there and they're in the middle of the room with their pants down, pooping. I mean, are you serious? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And we are in a society now to where we are enabling. When we stop enabling dumb behavior, just like when we stop enabling rotten politicians, when we stop enabling people from doing wrong, when we stop that, then America can come back to where it needs to be. You're exactly right. It's ridiculous. And the world has gone mad. It's crazy. I mean, it's nuts. I identify as an American, okay? And as an American, if I see you pooping in a litter box, I'm probably going to kick you in the side of the head. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to shake you, and I'm going to tell you it's time to grow up. And if you're that mentally twisted, then by God, go get some medicine. But yet, we are labeled as threats because we go and say, hey, we don't want you killing babies on the street here with these vans. We don't want you doing all that. We don't do it. We don't want that. But we're the ones that's labeled. Ain't that crazy? Isn't that like the enemy to turn everybody around to where now those that are sane look like they're not sane, and those that are totally ludicrous, that don't even have a brain to them, are the ones that are supposed to be the norm of society. Unbelievable. Society is not that way. And the longer we continue to enable that stuff, well, my grandson, he just identifies as a girl. Well, I, as an American, identify as an ass beater. That don't mean I go do it. But if you come and put it in my face, then I'll show you what that is. America has, it went way too far. It's been way too far. It's ridiculous. And for us to even have people even stand up and want to argue this stuff, trying to shame us for not engaging behavior like that. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, I could yell about it all day long. I'm not going to. Something I heard, I want to play you this here. I love it. I love it. Let me play you this here. Just an audio. Maybe if I can get the audio here. I had so much problem yesterday. Nothing would load up for me. Nothing would transfer. Every note that I had wouldn't even come over. It was absolutely crazy. But here we go.
Be careful how you treat me. You ain't gonna meet a me every day. Anybody who had me and lost me regrets me to this day.
We have set ourselves on a very low pedestal in America. When we let people run over us and we just don't stand up for what's right. And even in the political world, in our local communities, I don't, here's the thing. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. I just care that you act like a daggone human being. Democrats and Republicans will always fight back and forth. But let that party do that. Don't you do that. Let me read this here. My wife is a sidewalk counselor for the life. She goes to abortion clinic. Yeah, absolutely. There's so anyways, get back on track here. So the Democrat and the Republicans, you got people that want to infiltrate that and just be nuts. And because one side wants to sympathize with the cat people, the dog people, whatever else. Now, I'm going to be very brutal with you here, okay? This is the kind of crap that goes on in other countries, okay? Now, you've heard me before get mad and say things about, Taliban and all that stuff. About go out and grab a goat and all that other stuff. That's the kind of nonsense, ungodly, crappy behavior that you see in these other countries, in Banana Land. It's nothing to see the Taliban go out and mess around with a goat or something. You don't believe me? Look at the videos that we have of our military going in to knock off some of these terrorists, and they've got the infrared on, and as the helicopters come in, they can't believe what they're seeing. These Taliban have goats up on the hill, man, screwing them. Yep, that's right. That's disgusting. But it's infiltrating in America, and it has to stop. Has to stop. That's why it's important for us that are patriots and people that want to make America great. If you want to make America great, stop tolerating bad behavior. Period. Stop tolerating it. You don't have to blast it all over Facebook. You don't have to do all that. You can just stop. Like I said, stop this stuff with your money. Stop with your money. Don't go. If you don't like the LGBT thing, don't go to Target. Okay? Don't go to Starbucks. Don't go to these places. Don't do it. Start going to Home Depot. Don't go to Lowe's. Because these research where your money's going. If your money is so valuable these days, research what you're spending it on. Oh, but they got a cheaper price. Yeah, but you just help fund abortions. We want to turn our eye and pretend like we didn't see, but we know what we saw. Yes, I think on Tuesdays the Muslims turn. Absolutely, they do, and that's been that is not even a surprise in these other countries. It's just the fact that, let me go back here. The reason why you haven't known is because the news that you've been so loyal to, oh gosh, so loyal to for all these years, has kept you blinded, has kept you from seeing things, has kept you from knowing the truth. Because if you knew the truth, you would have been sick of it 20, 30 years ago. You'd have been done with it then. And I'm going to tell you something. We can't tolerate it anymore. Can't tolerate it. Can't put up with it. Cannot put up with it. And cannot enable it. Many of you probably heard this, but I'm going to play it again. This is J6. That keeps rearing its head up. Oh, it's going to be another January 6th. Let me tell you what. You screw around and find out. These Democrats that keep saying J6, J6. Let me tell you something. That wasn't even what your patriots can do. Screw around with America long enough. Yank us around. Do all these assassination attempts. Keep making our blood boil. Do all that. And you push us to a civil war, and we'll make January 6th look like a daggone amusement park. J6 is nothing. Let me tell you something. When that went down, I knew it was bull crap. Because if true patriots were doing that, that place would have been rumble. It would have been to the ground. Okay? You have to understand, the Democrats, all these people that are on the backside, they want to make it look like it's this. But if it was a true patriot, there'd been some serious crap hit the fan that day. What you saw was hoopla. Garbage. Nancy Pelosi, of course, y'all know that she admitted the events took place. Some of you that know that, great. Some of you don't know that, so I'm going to play you her. This is her. Now, here's the thing. Her own daughter recorded her and released this. Her own daughter knows she's a piece of crap. But anyway.
So what's your prospect? Stay here all day, the rest of our lives, or what? We're here until what? Until the National Guard decides to come and get rid of these people? Oh my God, I can't believe the stupidity. And take full responsibility.
She just said, I take full responsibility for this. And you know what she's saying? She's saying, I screwed up with this. I meant it to go in a different way. It's going to come back and bite me in the butt. I can't believe the stupidity. The stupidity was not from these people that were supposedly the J6ers. The stupidity was her little ploys and people that don't know how to fulfill a plan, that don't know how to carry through the right way. Those are the people that she's talking about. That's who she's talking about.
So what's the prospect? We're going to stay here all day, the rest of our lives, or what? We're here until what? Until the National Guard decides to come and get rid of these people? Oh my God, I can't believe the stupidity. And take full responsibility.
And if she takes full responsibility, then by God, let her take full responsibility and send her butt to Gitmo. You got it right. And just so you all know, it's about to happen too with her. Anyway, yeah, enough of that. I used to watch Good Morning America every morning until I saw Savannah Guthrie do an interview with President Trump. Yep. She was so disrespectful. Yeah, I saw one last night that someone had put up and did a replay of it, but it was of, I can't think of his name now, that guy from England. But anyway, he's a dirtbag anyway. And he starts out the interview with Trump with just some nasty stuff. And Trump says, like, really? Really? Why would you? And then he's like, well, it's totally ludicrous. It's just stupid. And people don't understand Trump. Okay. People don't understand Trump. He has no patience for this. Oh, he's guilty. That's why he just gets up and walks away. No, he's not going to sit there and waste his time enabling someone else to try to trip his words up. Stop enabling people. Stop enabling. Not with your everything. Stop enabling. Stop enabling businesses to continue to do great business when they don't give a rat's rear end about your belief, but they want to take your money and put it into certain things. Find out who they are. Stop doing business with them. That's how you control that. We talked about the migrants and all that. There's a guy in New York that actually went in and was trying to do a video, trying to interview these guys, some of these migrants, and they were getting really mad at him and saying, "You're not allowed to video us. You're not allowed. we don't want to be videoed, but you can't do this. And finally, a Newark police walked up and says, hey, yeah, they're allowed to do this. This is in America. You're allowed to film. You're allowed to film. You're allowed to do that. Well, they go on and they start talking to him about why they're here, how they came here. Anyway, I'll play this for you real quick.
Good morning, New York. Good morning, America. This is Jeffrey Braddock. Last night I was over at the Candler Hotel, which is a migrant hotel, and I had a little altercation with some of the Muslim men that were staying there for free on the taxpayers' money. They were saying that they didn't want to be filmed and that I didn't have a right to do that. They were uninformed and they didn't know I had every right to film. And the NYPD came over and informed them that, yes, in America we are allowed to film publicly. As they talked to the Muslim guys, they said that I asked them, well, aren't you here for freedom? And they said, no, we don't like your freedoms. We don't like seeing the men with the men. We don't like seeing all the drugs. And I said, well, why are you here? Why are you in America? They said they're here because they want to make money. Pure and simple, it's business. They don't respect the country. They don't respect Americans. They don't seem to even like either one of us. They don't like Americans, and they don't like this country. They're here strictly for business. There's a troubling thing going on in this country right now is we're bringing in people and we're treating them first class and we're putting them in hotels in Times Square that do not love this country and do not love Americans. Not only do they not love us, some of them hate our guts. This country, people, you're going to have to wake up. Our country is going down a very, very dark path with Joe Biden and the Democrats. The mayor, Eric Adams, is putting migrants in first-class hotels in the city, and our local homeless people are living in filth and rat-infested streets and rat-infested shelters. Eric Adams seems to have an agenda, a vendetta against the homeless. What's going on? Our veterans are sleeping in the street, and we're treating people first class that don't love this country. They're just here, not all of them, but many of them are here just to take every ounce that they can take and give nothing back. A lot of people here are going to need to wake up as our country, like I said, is going down a very, very dark path. And like I told the Muslim men, who are very intelligent men, Joe Biden and the Democrats are giving you everything for free. We're treating you better than we treat our own poor people. Don't you believe that they're going to want something back from you? Absolutely. And they do believe that, yes, eventually they are going to want something back from them. What I worry about, what a lot of people worry about is if the government wants to use them against our citizens someday, would they do it? And the Muslim men said that that is a possibility, that they could see that nothing is for free in this world. So I'm going to tell you, a lot of you that think this is a big joke, Texas, I know you're getting pounded. I'm sorry for that. This is not a joke. There's people here that are very bad people in this country that have done crimes in not only one country, but fled to another country and are fleeing from two nations, for very serious crimes that they've committed. You can imagine the most serious crimes that you can imagine. And I'm not getting my information from CNN and Fox. I'm getting my information from interviewing the migrants, and they're telling me.
Where have you heard this before? Everything he said. I'll tell you where you've heard it. Me. I've been yelling from the rooftops this. Hello, everybody. Hello. And he's exactly right. They're here for a reason. They say they come to work a little bit, but they know that it could be brought up that there's a favor that's going to be asked of them. And if asked, they will do it. Guess what? They don't need no training. They don't need no training. They've already had that. And it's a scary, scary thing, but we only got a couple more months, guys. Couple more months. And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. like I said yesterday, the Democratic Party is panicking, and it is scattering like New York rats, up walls, down walls, all over the streets, up in the subways. Doesn't matter where they're at; they're going to crawl everywhere. Why do they have phones? For communication, and we've given it to them. See, like I just said, enabling people. We have America, because here's the thing. It ain't just one time. Well, Joe Biden decided to do this and that and that. And I'm going to tell you straight up, everybody that's loyal listeners know I'm not a Biden fan, okay? I'm not taking up for him at all. But I'm going to tell you this. This just didn't happen just with Joe Biden. You had that terrorist sympathizer that was our president before, Obama. Had him in there. And he was giving out the Obama phones and all that. But you have people. Here's the thing. This ain't just something that just started. It started. Let me go back. It started when we started this stuff. When we started, hey, I'm offended that we have prayer in school. I'm offended because you say the Pledge of Allegiance and you don't say the pledge to our country. Go home. Go home. You come to America. You have come to America. Okay? America. Home with the free, home with the brave. Ain't nobody brave. They all demanding. I'm just offended because I can't poop in my litter box. How retarded. Good Lord Jesus, help us. It started years ago because we wanted to turn a blind eye when religion was telling us, oh, you just need to turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Turning the other cheek has got us where we are. It has got us where we are because we've always, I want to be on the good side of God. And yet we all do. Okay. We all do. I get it. But I want to turn the other cheek. No, your version of turning the other cheek is turning a blind eye. Turning a blind eye. And when your politicians that you voted in lie the first time, that's it. Don't enable them any more time to be voted in again. Don't do it. I don't care if your family has voted for that certain name or certain party for 30, 40 years. If they're a freaking liar and they can't uphold what they said they was going to do and they're wishy-washy, be done. Be done. We want America back. You got to start voting in some people that are going to do what they say they're going to do. Right people. Not liberal crazies. Can't do it. And now where we are, seriously, where we are now, we got people identifying as everything. You got migrants everywhere. People flying through the border like it's white on rice, just boom, just coming through like no big deal. And because they come over, we award them. Trump said yesterday, it will take trillions of dollars. Listen to me. Trillions of dollars, if not $1 billion, to round up all these people. Because it's going to take manpower to do this. These people ain't just going to go, oh, yeah, I've come here from a free TV and then, oh, yeah, I'm going to go home. No, you got to round them up and they ain't going to want to go back easy. Where are all these fake TV? Absolutely. No, the only preacher I've heard stand up against it was Donnie Swaggart, and that's it. I'll take it back. There's like maybe one or two, no, just two people I've heard. Donnie Swaggart and some black preacher. And like I said, I believe the church, people that go to church, I believe the modern day church will be the number one thing that will help the mark of the beast come into play. Because people are so dumb and gullible, won't search the Bible for themselves, won't research things. They take everything that comes across that podium as absolute God, and it's not. It's not. You have sex trafficking. You have rapes, murder. You have all kinds of crap that's thrown under the bus in the church too. I know of one specific circumstance. Just one. This guy got arrested, goes to jail, gets out on bail. He's going to go to court. 42 counts of molestation. 42 counts. And it was all on church property or either at church events. Okay? And after the investigation comes through, guess what? There is a multiple strand of people this has happened to, but they're either messed up in the head and don't want to talk about it anymore, or they just moved off just to deal with it. Tell you something. You better open your eyes to everything. You had better open your eyes. But my pastor, he says, la, 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 la. I understand. You don't want to question him. You don't want to think the worst. And I'm not saying your pastor is doing the worst. I'm saying this. You better open your eyes. If your pastor tells you to turn the other cheek to all this stuff going on, let's just pray about it. Ugh. That's what has gotten us into this. Because when you say, let's pray about it, you really don't pray. You just go, okay, yeah, be nice. Yeah, whatever. Saints girl, hello from Baton Rouge. Hello. Listen to Pastor Hank, Lord stands up on me. Awesome. I'll check it out. If Jeffrey, if you get any links or anything, shoot them to my Facebook Messenger. And so what's happened is it has been to where people have been brainwashed to think, just like even these stupid, we're building a mission home in Africa. And then they send over these pedophiles, is what they are. They're predators. And they go over there and then they knock up about 5 of these kids, come back to America. And then the next time you go on a trip over there the next year, you're like, wait, where are all these kids coming from? Wait a minute, how are these kids mixed? This is odd. Disgusting. Real good. Awesome. It's awesome. See, and that's the thing. But you see what I'm saying? There are good pastors out there. There are good, but it's small numbers. Small numbers. There are tons of large churches that I have purposely just, even after President Trump's deal and they tried to assassinate him, just to see their stance on it. Their stance is zero. But they'll get up and subliminally talk about their stupid mission stuff that they got going on and how God's really moving in that, but they don't care about America. Millions of dollars be raised in a church to be sent to some other country. And I'm not against missions. I'm not against helping other countries. But when you have people in your church that are homeless, children that are going without shoes, food, electricity, water, shame on you, period. Shame on you. And this didn't mean to get into a religious thing, but you all it just struck a nerve with me because I am sick of America taking the shaft. It ain't just the politicians, it's the church too. The church is doing it. Oh, let's pray for Sister so-and-so. She lost her husband. They had no insurance. Well, let's open up a GoFundMe account. But praise the Lord. We're going to build 20 churches over in Zimbabwe or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. We need to raise money for that and then raise $150,000, $200,000 right there. But poor sister so-and-so that lost her husband has to do a GoFundMe account. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. Pathetic. Like I said, this show isn't to kiss your butt. It's to make you think. It's to make you think. Because we've gotten to a point in America to where we've just been so laxed. Well, we'll just go with the flow. Oh, wow. They made me feel really good about putting my $10 in there to support this Zimbabwe project. But Sister So-and-so over here is worried sick. Well, that's her problem that she didn't take out insurance. Well, then it's Zimbabwe's fault for not building their own daggone churches. That's how I feel. And that's actually how it is, guys. You some of you may disagree 100%, and that's absolutely fine. We're good. But we have to stop enabling bad behavior and bad things. We just got to. We have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If we want to see America saved, we have to do that. We'll take a break and be back in a second.
You are listening to the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network.
Hey, everybody, it's DC, and today I want to talk to you about Birch Gold Group. And we recently had some monumental news that no one else is actually talking about. And for the first time ever, the interest the U.S. pays on its debt surpassed every individual budget item except Social Security. And that's right. The U.S. Now spends more on interest than on national defense or even Medicare. And it's only getting worse as big government continues to spend recklessly. And that's why savvy Americans are turning to gold, and something not tied to the inflated dollar is what it is. And you too can can do this with the help of Birch Gold Group. And for over 20 years, Birch Gold Group has helped tens of thousands of Americans protect their retirement and savings by converting on IRA or the 401k into an IRA in gold. To learn more, go to birchgold.com/rumble, birchgold.com/rumble, and get a free, no obligation information kit on diversifying your retirement into a gold IRA. Birch Gold has earned a A+ rating with the BBB and thousands of happy customers. Protect your IRA or your 401k. If you want to do that, go to birchgold.com/rumble and get your free information kit on gold today. I wanted to say one thing here. On behalf of Rumble, I'm grateful for that, but I want to encourage you, the audience that's listening, to download the Rumble app. And that way you get the notifications every time that we go live. And also when you do that, be sure you follow us, and it will help remind you, when we do go live. And also, the app is available everywhere for TV. It's available for TVs also. So make sure you download the Rumble app. Once you download it, you search for my channel, DC Intel. It'll pop up, and follow the channel directly on that app. This will make sure that you get a notification every time that we go live, and keeps you informed. And also, if you click on the link in the description or the pinned live chat to download the Rumble app, actually on your phone also, it's free to do that. And if you prefer to watch us on a big screen, which is pretty cool, we are also available now on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, LG, and Samsung TVs. All you need to do is just search for Rumble. Once you get that, download it, search for DC Live, and every time it'll be on your big screen. Sounds great, don't it? There's nothing like a good cup of coffee. 1775coffee.com. You need to check it out. And, it's time to say goodbye to Starbucks and say hello to Rumble's 1775 coffee. It's unlike other brands. This is a coffee that backs free speech and is unapologetic about it. Visit 1775coffee.com, and you can use the promo code STUDIO to get 15% off. And the coffee comes in medium and dark roast, and it also comes in pea berry, which is also similar to the Kana coffee. And in other words, its stuff is premium. It really is. So click on the link, go to 1775 Coffee and click on the link, and you can directly order from there and use the promo code STUDIO to get 15% off today. Let me tell you something. It's called the Talking Trump Doll. This is the coolest thing. I want you to go to 47doll.com, 47doll.com, and check out the Talking Trump Doll. It's a beautiful plush Trump that says about 20 of Trump's different best phrases in his own voice, and these rigged trials and everything else that's going on. And go right now to 47doll.com, 47doll.com, and use the promo code rigged trials and everything else that's going on. And go right now to 47doll.com, 47doll.com, and use the promo code free Trump, FREETURMP, to save 10% and get a free display stand if you order in the next 10 minutes at 47doll.com, 47doll.com. This is awesome.
Here are a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1. Timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2. Reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3. Insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4. Community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5. Transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6. Convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
We would like to invite you to become a DC Guardian. A Guardian is someone who supports us with a gift of $10 a month. And you will also receive a beautiful DC decal so you can post your support. And also, you will get email updates for Guardians only, plus special discounts on products and functions and conferences to come. Please click on the donate button on our EIOBN.com website to support. Once again, on behalf of the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network, thank you.
I struck a nerve with somebody. Got mad and sent me a nasty little thing in them Facebook. Woo. Wow. Must be one of those cat people. It's all good, man. All good. All right. Well, now that I've ruffled someone's cattail, anyway, yeah, why you got the nerve, DC? You've got the nerve to talk about the churches like that. Missions is important. How about home missions? When you're so worried about other countries that you let your own people die and starve and all that. Yeah. That's your problem. I heard a pastor one time tell me, he says, oh, we have to do missions. Missions is so important. It doesn't matter if people in our church suffer. Missions is so important. Because if we give the missions, God automatically just blesses us in so many ways because we're taking care of other people. What a twisted mind. Anyway, of course, I got stuck on that for a while. I get fired up over that stuff because I believe our country, to make our country great again, we got to sow into our country. It's more than just building jobs. It's more than that. It takes everybody doing everything. Do you realize that if we would do that, if our churches would do that, sow into their local bodies, help people get jobs, houses, cars, get them debt-free, it would be so much. I'm not saying go and give free money out because they're nonprofit. I'm saying if they're going to send it to another country, have a program of benevolence, something that they can go help people. So you got Massachusetts, you got it preparing for lockdowns and different things like that that's going on. They got curfews going in, all these different things that are going on in different states. But one thing and that's another thing we're working on with this website is actually a resource tab. It won't be available for a while. And what that will be is a resource tab that will have everything that I talk about, have all the documents in there so you can go back and look at it. We're trying to figure out how to finish up all that stuff. Some of that stuff, we'll figure all that out. But anyways, they're saying because the disease that's coming around is because of mosquitoes. Meanwhile, helicopters, which I've seen the video and I've got pictures of it, of the helicopters flying around, actually literally dropping mosquitoes out. I often wonder why. Here's the thing. We know they seed the clouds. We know all this other stuff. We know it. Why do this? Why do this? I saw a guy, they were flying this drone over top of his crops and starting to spray them. When I say them, I'm saying whoever's controlling that with the farmers. And they were trying to spray his crops to kill crops out. They were doing it to all different farmers. He hides in a big cornfield and waits till the drone comes around. It's a big old drone, and throws a great big 2x4 up into the blade of it and knocks the whole thing down to the ground. Good for him. We need more people like that. One thing, of course, I hope there's a class action lawsuit that's going to go against Zuckerberg, because his nonsense that he did, especially during COVID, keeping everybody, down and not wanting to talk about anything. If you said anything negative during COVID-19, you were either filtered, you were the fact checker, you were wrong, you were a liar, you were this. And of course, now he's coming out, because here's the thing. You're going to see people like Mark Zuckerberg come out and say these things because they know their butt is going to be handed to them. So I'll play you this here. This was Fox News. One of their little breaking news stories. Maybe we can get it here.
White House responds to Mark Zuckerberg's letter in which the Meta CEO says the platform censored COVID content after caving to pressure from the Biden-Harris administration.
Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us live from the White House. Hey, Peter.
Good morning. And the reason that we know about this letter that Mark Zuckerberg sent to Jim Jordan is because Jim Jordan posted it. So about COVID censorship, Mark Zuckerberg writes, in 2021, senior officials of the Biden administration, including those from the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 related content, including humor and satire, and expressed significant frustration when we did not meet their demands. I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it. On that point, a few minutes ago, a White House official told us, when confronted with a deadly pandemic, this administration encouraged responsible actions to protect public health and safety. Our position has been clear and consistent. We believe tech companies and other private actors should take into account the effects their actions have on the American people while making independent choices about the information they present. And that's not all. Zuckerberg is also writing about Hunter Biden censorship. He says, when we saw a New York Post story reporting on corruption allegations involving then Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's family, we sent that story to fact checkers for review and temporarily demoted it while we were waiting for a reply. It's since been made clear that the reporting was not Russian disinformation, and in retrospect, we should not have demoted the story. I asked President Biden about this. At the time, his team was apparently trying to censor this Hunter content.
You still think that the stories from the fall about your son Hunter were Russian disinformation, as Gary campaign said?
that old bat, when they confront anybody's son's laptop, he just laughed and smiled like he's untouchable. He's not untouchable. Nope. And with Zuckerberg, like I said, there needs to be a class. I may not even do a class act. I may just do one for myself, because I was in so many times I was in Facebook jail, especially if you said ivermectin or anything like that. Let's look here. Did I see the interview with Tucker done with Telegram? Yes, I did. Where's it at here? The COVID is already back. I work at the VA and I'm an RN. Yeah, it is back. It's never really left. But the thing is I'm not going to wear no mask. I'm not going to go be forced to get a booster or any of that stuff. Let's see. A lot of people, yeah. And a lot of people actually got put in Facebook jail. I was one of them, Lord, all the time. Man, it was crazy. And now, and of course, you see what he's doing. He's saying, yeah, now the Biden administration, because he knows one Biden is just a vegetable. But he's the Biden administration, and he's trying to act like that he had nothing to do with this. Bull crap. It's his company. He had everything to do with it, especially when it comes to Hunter and all his crack stuff and his, all of his stuff he was doing. Yeah, he had everything to do with it. Another one I'm going to play here. This is actually some smart people. This is actually a African-American guy, and I'm going to play this. Let's get it back here.
When your head hit the pillow tonight, when did you start believing in people that you don't know? Because y'all believing in these Democrats saying they're going to do X, Y, and Z, and they never do it, but you always believe them for some reason. You don't even know them.
Absolutely right. And he was saying, you black people, and all African Americans think that way. I know that. But he's saying pretty much those that have been on the streets and supporting them because they're getting either paid to go to a rally or they think they're going to get some, you remember when Obama was running and the lady, the interviewer says, why are you voting for him? Because if he gets to be the president, he's going to buy me a new kitchen. You remember that one? People thought because he was supposedly black that he was going to make sure that the black people got free kitchens, they got free living rooms, free phones, free electricity, free internet, which actually he tried to put a cap on, all these things. I seriously doubt that lady still has a new kitchen that was given to her from Obama. How dumb. How dumb. How dumb. This is that I'm about ready to play is absolutely it's true. And I want you to listen carefully. Just listen very carefully here, okay? This has nothing to do with Biden. This has nothing to do with Trump. It actually is national buying votes. You tag on right, it was. This here has to do with national security. You're not going to hear this anywhere else, okay? You're not going to hear it. But you're going to hear it here. And we'll touch on it after the fact.
Huge UAP news that you're not going to see on cable media. Leaders of the entire federal intelligence community are scheduled to start arriving at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base on Thursday. Remember that place? Remember what's stored there? More than half of the members of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence are slated to go at Wright-Patterson. This is an extraterrestrial summit. Holy. Scheduled to join them are leaders of the powerful three-letter intelligence agencies, including CIA Director, Director of National Intelligence, and the Director of the National Security Agency, the NSA.
Okay. That's today. And this will probably go in several days, okay? This will probably go in several days. They never meet like this. Unless something has taken place or something is about to take place. Now, some of you are going to be like, this is crazy. It's just conspiracy. All right, well, whatever. But if you've been watching the news, mainstream media has said a few things about it. But you're going to find it on other platforms about things that we've been seeing, anomalies. I'll say that in the sky, and not only that, it's been happening. Okay, there's a lot of things that's been happening, and we are about to see the book opened, like full transparency on this. And the reason why there's going to be full transparency is because it's not even going to be a choice whether to do it or not to do it. It's just going to be done because it has to be done. And with everyone coming in to meet there, it's something to, one, keep your eyes aware, keep them on the sky. I will tell you this. I had my neighbor, lives a good distance from me, but text me one night. This was not too long ago, and said, "Hey, have you been outside?" Nope. In the bed. Well, you need to go outside. Now they know that I have all kinds of tools, and so went outside, looked around. Didn't see anything. Come back in and said, "Hey, I don't see anything." "No, you need to go outside and look again, but look with some of your other stuff." So I went out there with my night vision stuff, started looking around, and sure enough, I had 4 drones. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 drones up around our property. And I'm not talking little tiny consumer drones, okay? There's a big difference here. And it didn't worry me at first. And then went back in, and then I just said, "Hey, probably nothing, probably just something, looking for something, blah, blah, blah." The very next night, I'll go goof around in my house, get this thing again. Hey, there are 3 drones out there now. And I'm like, how in the world are you seeing this stuff? It's crazy. So I go back out, look, sure enough, and they're low enough that I can actually take picture as they're flying by. Now, we're not talking like going up and down and all. I'm talking about drones. And when I say look at the skies, look at the skies. You're going to start seeing these things happen. You're going to start seeing we still operate under Space Force 2. Okay? Whether some of you think it's crazy or whatever, it exists. Trump's wanting to do the National Guard one now. We'll see. The next time that they're up around my place, they will be down on the property. They will be down. I have a laser that'll take them. I have stuff that'll take them down. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not saying for you to go out and shoot drones down and that stuff. I have a reason to be kind of paranoid over it, okay? But it's okay. I'm not worried. I'm not. But I'm just saying, we're going to start seeing things like this take place. We have too many things going on with supposedly wars going to take place. People always on edge about that. You got all these other countries, and you got our eyes focused on this, our eyes focused on that. Got so many things. What are they for? They're for surveillance is what they're for. In the 70s, some of you won't even believe this, but it doesn't matter. In the 70s, they had the capability to take a satellite and pull down figure out who they're looking for, look at the residents, shoot down. You're just now starting to see these lasers, okay? These beams shoot down and scout things and look for things. That's what they're doing. And the beam could come down, hit a home, hit the roof, and map out the size of the house. Then through that beam, go into that house. You wouldn't even know it's there. And take the noise factor that's in there, which could be words or anything, because everything is in binary codes, and then turn it around, send it back, and interpret it, and it come back out and be able to hear your conversation. You're going to think, there ain't no way they could do that. Oh, yes, there is. And yes, it does exist, and it has existed since the 70s. Mom has seen him here in Kansas City. Absolutely. Somebody just texted me and said I need to be quiet. It's been around. So with them going to have this meeting, keep your eyes on the skies. Not for like wars. Just keep your eyes on the skies. Because something is cooking. Lasers, absolutely. Lasers were seen in Hawaii, and that's the thing, is the people had blue roofs or tarps on the roofs. That was, that's another thing. Oprah, she's more willing to put all of her money in some other country somewhere with, a bunch of kids that they're actually sex trafficking, but yet turn around and, place that she's got a house at. Her house was untouched. And I know some of you going to laugh at it, make fun of it, what we're saying. I don't care. Because 6 months from now, those that laugh will turn around and be like, oh my gosh, that was true. But they'll never apologize. That's how people work. Just like with COVID. People wouldn't apologize when you was telling them, hey, yeah, hospital's getting paid, this is getting paid. I had the price lists and everything of what they's getting paid. Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Hey, West Tennessee. It's not wrong. It is what it is, and whatever. So you got Vance, which, like I said, I don't know I still can't get my grip on what it is. But anyways, I did think this was a great thing he said.
Kamala Harris is so asleep at the wheel that she won't even do an investigation into what happened, and she wants to yell at Donald Trump because he showed up. She can go to hell.
Ooh, my kind of guy there, guys. That's what she can do. What she can do. Texas got a lot of stuff going on. Here we go.
All Americans must know this one simple thing. If Kamala Harris becomes president, as bad as things have been under Joe Biden, they're going to be even worse under Kamala Harris as it concerns our broken border.
Kamala and the Democrats are absolutely freaking out over what Texas Governor Greg Abbott just did with their voter rolls. They just purged over 1 million ineligible voters from their rolls. It's just the beginning. We're going to see some amazing developments in the arena of election integrity in Texas and all across the country. And we're going to see precisely why the Democrats' futile hopes for November are getting dashed by the day. Texas is once again showing the world whenever they do something, they do it big, Texas style. Governor Greg Abbott just announced that since signing Senate Bill 1 into law back in 2021, Texas has officially removed over 1 million ineligible voters from the state's voter rolls.
Good for them. They're finally doing something. Let's see here. What was it here? Someone said something to me. DC Vance used to be against Trump. Yeah, he actually said a bunch of stuff against him. It happens. I'm sure if Trump spoke his mind about what he truly thinks about certain people, well, he normally does, and people get mad at him. But doesn't mean that you hate them. It doesn't mean that they can't serve the purpose. Do I think that Vance is the absolute 100% pick that Donald wanted? No. I'm not saying this as fact, but if there was if something Trump does two things. One, he's smart about what he does and his moves, and he also he doesn't keep all enemies around him, but he keeps his enemies close. I think it would be if they really wanted to really upset the election cycle, and that whole room. What Trump should have done to begin with is asked Kennedy to be his VP, and that would have stirred everybody up, because you would have a Republican and a Democrat, or whatever you want to call it, and they would just really peed in their Cheerios for that morning. But yeah, I saw that. I've seen it several times, but that does not mean that he's going to try to take Trump down. That's not going to happen. Last thing here, Donald Trump. Maybe.
And I'll tell you what.
Now let me stop here. He's in his he's at one of his campaign rallies. Someone starts yelling out, screaming, all this other stuff. And Trump handles it great.
And I'll tell you what, if we had a real
Insecurity is carrying this guy out, and the guy's screaming at him. Listen closely what Trump says. It's hilarious.
You know, it's amazing. I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy. He went crazy.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of things going on. And yes, Trump did forgive Vance. I changed my mind about Trump. Okay, well, good deal. Yeah, the diet drinks cause neurology. Absolutely. West Tennessee, good to have you in the house. And yeah, but he handled it like a Trump. He's like, listen, I'm talking about food stamps, and the guy that's obese is getting mad because I was, whatever. We'll talk about more tomorrow. Be sure that you pay attention to the Facebook. I hate to do this to you, but I've got some more stuff coming in. I'm trying to research and make sure it's absolutely legit before we actually throw it out there, because, people will run with it. Also, if you have not yet, go to eiobn.com. Check out our website. We have all of our links on there for Rumble, YouTube, all that. Also, let me reiterate, if you have subscribed to YouTube or Rumble, when that notification goes off and it says we're going online, that does not mean come back to our website, EIOBN, and watch it there. That's not what that means, because I've had people say, I can't find it there on your website. You're not going to find it. You're going to find it on the place that you have subscribed to. So keep that in mind. One thing, we have to, like I said, Trump, somebody wrote it in there, Trump, gave him, we have to pray for those, we pray for those who find themselves in the midst of, life storms, and some people feeling overwhelmed with this whole election thing. And you're really going to be overwhelmed a lot of times. Facebook link, eiobn.com. Go there to our website. All of our links are halfway down there. You see the icon, click on it, boom, you're there. But, people are overwhelmed and, seeking solace, and we have to just pray that God, would be the true peace speaker, and the peace that does pass all understanding, and anchors it into our hearts and our minds in the midst of turmoil. I do believe that we as America are on the right track to making America great again. We're going to have speed bumps. We're going to have potholes in these roads that we did not create. Okay? But that doesn't mean that if we get a flat tire, we just sit there. No, we fix it and we move on. We must continue to do this in our life and in this whole country. We have to pray that God would guide us to a place of trust, because we've been we've been pushed in so many different ways that it's hard to trust. We don't trust. We don't understand. And then when we don't, we've put up so many barriers of disbelief that when we hear something, like I was talking about earlier and I played earlier, we go, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And it's not. That's the crazy thing about it. It's not. But we have to have our fear replaced by faith and believing. Okay? Has to be done. Because our world, even though we're going to make America great again, you're still going to see chaos. You're still going to see Looney Tunes. We're still going to see this stuff. When Trump is fully elected, that does not mean this goes away. That means the fight continues on. Because once Trump is actually standing there and he's sworn in, we don't go, wow, great, we get to sit on our butt. I go, wow, great. I don't have to do this anymore. No. We grow, we live, we continually move forward. When Trump is in there, we continue to fight because the fight still goes on. It don't just end. He's not going to step in and go, well, fight be gone, peace be still, and it all happens. No. We as Americans have to continue to fight it, continue to make America great, because the enemy is not going to bow down. He may retreat for a moment, but that's just to regroup, to come back. And we have to pray that that all fear leaves and that peace resides and comes back. And that even though chaos may go on, that we still are calm in the storm. And that our spirit is soothed by God. You have to understand that there is no storm that is too great for you to handle. Okay? And there is no storm that you feel like you can't get through that is greater than God. Okay? It ain't going to. Understand that your hands and your mouth and mind have the power to change your life, other people's lives, and this country. We must stay positive. We must stay safe. Okay? And you must have some serenity. Got to. We are closing in on the end of this thing. We really are. And we have to continue in this fight. We have to continue to trust God. And not just trust God. Ask God for wisdom. Wisdom to know how to fight. Wisdom to know where to fight. Wisdom to know where the enemy's coming from, how the enemy's working, and how to shut the enemy down. You're exactly right. God wins. And if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and heal their lands. If my people, if you're a people of God and God wins, and we know that, guess what? You win. You win. We all win. Our voice needs to grow. This Make America Great movement here, we need to grow. I encourage you, spread the word. Like and share. Share. Encourage others. Follow our Facebook, because I'll be giving you an answer about tonight. No fear. You're exactly right. Wear your armor of God. Praying for discernment. I decree and declare no weapons will prosper. Amen. Absolutely, Harley Chick. Absolutely. We win, guys. We win. If I'm not on tonight, be tomorrow. And if I'm not on tonight, follow Facebook. We'll let you know because I'm waiting on the intel. If I'm not on tonight, I'll be coming on early tomorrow night. But right now, back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll try not to be late. Like and share. Support us. Appreciate everybody in your time. And have a great day. DC out.